Hello, everybody. So last night, Trump gave his long-awaited announcement as to what's going to be going on moving forward in Afghanistan, and naturally, he decided to continue essentially the failed policy of old and escalate the American military presence there to an unspecified extent. Apparently, the number being floated is that there are going to be 4,000 additional troops sent, but that hasn't actually been announced because, according to Trump, it's much better if his plans are kept secret and thereby insulated from public scrutiny. The big problem with prior administrations is that they were too forthright, too transparent with the public about the nature of their deployment of troops and the various timetables associated with deployments and so forth. So yesterday, Trump made this announcement, and he basically said that although his instinct might have been to curtail the American presence there, or maybe even fully withdraw all troops, he was shown the light by his esteemed military advisors, and they convinced him that actually it was proper to continue on this course. Now, I just wanted to touch on an aspect of this. TYT has a publishing relationship with the Huffington Post, and earlier this afternoon, we published on that platform a post by me in which I go into the potential that the firm that James Mattis previously had an association with, General Dynamics, which is a multinational defense contracting behemoth, could actually stand to benefit greatly from this new strategy that was announced. Now, from 2013 to his appointment as Trump's defense secretary, James Mattis served as a, quote, independent director for General Dynamics, which again is this massive military contracting company. And Mattis was paid $594,369 between 2013 and 2016 by this company, and he also accrued $900,000 worth of stock. Now, after this announcement last night, the General Dynamics stock price seems to have ticked up. You can't always, assume a causal relationship between an external event and the fluctuations in a stock price, but at the same time, that's worth noting. And when Mattis became defense secretary in January of this year, he agreed to an ethics agreement whereby he would divest all his stock and he would recuse himself from matters before this Defense Department that pertained to General Dynamics. Now, General Dynamics, if you go through its recent history, makes a lot of money from selling the military various equipment, information systems, even tech maintenance services that are used in Afghanistan. So it's really not a stretch to think that as a result of this Trump announcement, General Dynamics, which the defense secretary had a formal relationship with just last year, could actually make tangible profit as a result of this announcement. So, here's an example. In June 2015, when the American presence in Afghanistan was relatively minimal compared to what it's apparently going to be in the near future, the company boasted of a $216 million order from the U.S. Army for what General Dynamics calls its Warfighter Information Network System, which it proudly declared had, quote, successfully served Army units in Afghanistan. So that's General Dynamics basically using as a selling point for its various products that they worked spectacularly in Afghanistan, and therefore should be purchased in even greater numbers. So it's probably a little difficult to extrapolate from this that James Mattis personally is going to benefit in a financial sense from this new set of circumstances, but rarely are issues of corruption about like actual direct payments to public officials. Rather, they're about creating a climate where the former colleagues and peers and business associates of a high-ranking official like Mattis actually do stand to benefit financially as a result of the official actions that he's taking. And that's probably what's going to be going on here. I wouldn't be surprised if Mattis, and his team, actually ensure that he abides by the mandates of the ethics agreement that was brokered. But at the same time, that's not really the point. The point is that Mattis, in his capacity to take official action, indirectly can fill the pockets of the people who he worked with in a for-profit enterprise just a year ago. And who's to say whether that influenced Trump's decision to apparently buck his impulses and go with the military's predominant strategy. Apparently, much of the strategic analysis work was outsourced to Mattis. And if Mattis is somebody who thinks that his former company can do great work in Afghanistan if only they're given the resources, then obviously that's going to be a component to his decision-making process. So I put in a query with the Defense Department and with General Dynamics as to whether Mattis has recused himself from any matters that came before the Defense Department in relation to General Dynamics, and if so, who those matters might have been delegated to in his stead. We have not got a reply yet, but we will update you if we do. And I will link to the article in the description box of this video so you can read it for yourself, check out the primary source information, and so on and so forth. I'm going to write another piece on my reaction to the Afghanistan announcement last night a little later, and I'll do an initial video on that, and I will see everybody soon. So have a wonderful, wonderful day.